Welcome to the September 7th, 2023 Board of Zoning Appeals meeting. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order at 6:01. We'll start with our roll call vote. So William Scales,
Present.
Lee Reeves,
Present.
Jonathan Langley's present, and Greg Caesar.
Present.
So just have one member absent, Jeff Fleschauer, tonight. We will start with citizen comments. So it's open for citizens to be heard on any issue or concern. If you'd like to speak on a specific item on the agenda, please wait until the citizen comment period for that item. For all citizen comments, please fill out a speaker card and hand it to staff. Come up to the microphone, state your name and address, and please limit your comments to 2 minutes. Any citizen comments? I see no long lines, so we'll continue to move on. All right. So next, minutes, consideration of approval of the August 3rd, 2023 meeting minutes. Is there a motion?
Move to approve.
Motion made for approval by Lee. Is there a second?
I second.
Second by William. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, seeing none, minutes are approved. Staff announcements.
Just one announcement, that we have our training next week here at 5 p.m. on some yummy snacks.
Okay.
Not so yummy.
Is that in the planning office or in this room?
It's in the boardroom here.
Okay.
So we'll see you then.
Perfect.
Okay.
So have one main item tonight. So it's going to be officially item 2 with the minutes. A variance request to allow a principal building to be located up to 225 feet from the front lot line for the property located at 1005 Marylinger Court. Staff?
Thank you and good evening. The subject property is located at 1005 Marylinger Court and is zoned RC6 Regional Commerce 6 District. The property currently has one existing principal building that is located 165 feet from the front lot line. As allowed in the zoning ordinance for this district, the principal building for this property has landscape frontage, which requires parking to be located to the side or rear of the principal building. The owner is proposing a one-story, 3,600 square feet gym facility, which would be located next to the existing building. Due to the nature of the lot, the principal building would be located 225 feet from the front lot line. The applicant is requesting a variance to allow a principal building to be located up to 225 feet from the front lot line. I'll now go into staff analysis. The BZA may authorize a variance only when the request has met all 3 criteria in accordance with the Franklin zoning ordinance and state law. The staff has completed an analysis of the request in light of these criteria. Criteria 1. Where by reason of exceptional narrowness, shallowness, or shape of a specific piece of property at the time of the enactment of the zoning ordinance, or by reason of exceptional topographic conditions or other extraordinary and exceptional situations or conditions, such a piece of property is not able to accommodate development as required under this ordinance. The shape and size of the property is unique in nature. The property is located on a cul-de-sac and is only 40 feet wide at the front lot line. The existing building is currently located 165 feet from the front lot line because the lot is narrow at the front but widens towards the back. With the strange shape of the lot, placing the proposed building adjacent to the existing building but the front facades of both buildings being aligned, the proposed building would be up to 225 feet from the front lot line. The proposed layout is also necessary to provide access to the parking to the rear of the principal buildings. Staff finds this criteria is met. The strict application of any provision enacted under the zoning ordinance would result in peculiar and exceptional practical difficulties for or exceptional or undue hardship for the owner of the property. Sorry, this is criteria 2. In order to provide the additional building square footage needed for the owner and to allow driveway access to the site, the proposed building cannot be located between 5 and 30 feet from the front lot line. The building must be placed farther into the site. Staff finds this criteria is met. Criteria 3. Such relief may be granted without substantial detriment to the public good and without substantially impairing the purpose and intent of the zoning ordinance. Staff finds that the design of the site would not cause substantial detriment to the public good and would not impair the intent of the zoning ordinance. Considering the existing building is 165 feet from the front lot line and the proposed layout allows the front facade of the proposed building to align with the existing principal building, the proposed layout seems the most logical in fitting the context of the existing property and the street. The intent of the zoning ordinance in this case is to ensure that the location of principal buildings is relatively consistent and to ensure that buildings in this commercial zoning district are reasonably visible from the street. Due to the nature of the lot, the proposed principal building is located as close to the front lot line as it can be to accommodate the required parking in the back and considering the existing principal building. Given the front facade of the proposed building would be aligned with the existing principal building, the proposed layout is consistent with the current nature of the lot and visibility from the street. Staff finds this criteria is met. Recommended motion. Staff recommends that the Board of Zoning Appeals move to approve the variance request to allow a principal building to be located up to 225 feet from the front lot line for the property located at 1005 Marylinger Court because the criteria for granting a variance have been met. This concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, staff. Is the applicant present? So I was reviewing this item. I thought, I've sat in that line for hours towards the end of the month as I get my admissions test. So I'm glad to see we're going to have a new use here now.
My name is Greg Gamble, and I'm representing the applicant, and I'm representing the owner, Gunnar Peterson. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay, thank you. Next, we'll open the public comment. Are there any citizen comments on this item? All right, seeing none, we'll close the public comment. Is there a motion?
Motion to close the public comment?
Okay, motion made by Greg. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Lee. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any questions from the board at all? of
I
staff?
do have one basic question, maybe for Mr. Gamble. Is the drawing that we have here of the property, all of the parking is still behind the building, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. I just want to be sure. Thank you. That was the only question I had.
Well, can I just add on to that? Because my question was about parking as well. Does approving this create another variance issue with parking?
No, the use is commercial recreation, and the parking requirement for commercial recreation is variable, so it's really based upon how it's being used. Gunnar Peterson's business is to provide fitness training for individuals one at a time. They don't have a demand for more parking than what is on this site that's striped and identified as parking.
Okay. I thought you were going to tell me he was going to have his clients run there.
That would certainly be an option, for sure.
Okay.
Any other questions? So ready to entertain a motion if you guys are ready.
I'll make a motion. I move to allow a principal building to be located up to 225 feet from the front lot line for the property located at 1005 Marylinger Court because the criteria for granting a variance have been met.
I'll second that.
Okay, motion for approval made by Williams, second by Lee. Any discussion? All right, so all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? All right, seeing none, items approved unanimously. And that is our only item on tonight's agenda. So next, is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Motion made by Greg, is there a second?
Second?
Second by Lee. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
I don't think any of us are opposed there, so thanks everyone, thanks staff. Have a great night.